again, YouTube. How are you? So I did makeup for this one. Minus the huge zit going on right there. I'm not sure when that came up. But I decided that maybe I would do some kind of how I feel when blank 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 type thing. I don't know what to call it exactly, but it whatever. It might happen. Who knows? If I get positive feedback or, any feedback, that would be awesome. So I think what I'm going to do is start off with one that's kind of been plaguing me lately, and that is anxiety. Yay! This will not get scientific. This isn't going to get all psychological on you. It's not going to be any of that. It's going to be how I personally am affected by anxiety and how I sort of deal with it. So let's begin. When my anxiety shows up, it shows up when I have to go into a new situation, when I have to meet new people, when I'm going to start driving, when basically my anxiety is turned up by situations that I can't have full control over. So I don't get anxious when I'm at home because I handle everything here. I can deal with all of this. It's when I leave my house to go do anything is when I get anxious. Or when the phone rings. I absolutely hate talking on phones. I will do anything in my power to not talk on a phone, including emailing, texting, instant messaging, Facebook messaging, and I will Skype. That's the whole thing. I will Skype, but that's because I can see the other person and I can tell how they're basically reacting based on their facial expressions. The reason why I get so anxious is I think it's based on how as a child I couldn't control every single thing around me, and I always got really almost defensive and strung out by things that I couldn't control. And to this day, I don't go anywhere. And it's sad, but I lost a lot of friendships because every time I was invited somewhere, I would think of every possibility in the book as to what could potentially go wrong, and in doing so, I would convince myself to not go. And so I would decline. Eventually, all the invites and everything just stopped. And I'm anxious now. If you can't tell, I'm fidgeting, and I'm having trouble focusing and keeping going, just because I know that once I put this up there, the potential for good criticism, bad criticism, people feeling sad for me, people feeling angry at me, people feeling sympathetic with me, etc., is out there. And this is such a personal thing to me. I'm not sure how to handle it if and when the reactions come to it. That being said, I will still post this just because the only way to get myself to kind of get out of my shell is to put myself out there, which means that I have in the past missed great opportunities for jobs and careers and things. And where I'm working now, I almost didn't call the HR manager back because I was so afraid of talking on the phone. I was so afraid of the potential for her to not want me to work there, and just every possibility I thought up. And I did go through with it. I got hired right then and there, essentially. So, the only way to solve the problem for me is to put myself out there. For some people, it's medication. For some people, it's not something that they can deal with. And it's not just mental, it's also physiological. Anxiety is one of the main reasons as to why I am an insomniac. Anxiety is one of the main reasons as to why I have intestinal issues. Anxiety is one of the main reasons as to why I'm always sick. It doesn't just affect you mentally, it also affects you physically. And it also affects your relationships with people, and it affects your relationships with yourself, and with and with people you love. It really does. I've missed family gatherings because I couldn't handle the idea that somebody was going to criticize me on something. And anxiety is really, really tough to pin down. There's no one set way as to why somebody is anxious or has anxiety, or what level of anxious they are. For each of us, it's totally different. And I don't know. There's well, this is just one of them that I wanted to talk about. If you want to hear any more about either anxiety or bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder, or a little bit about OCD, or living with someone who has autism, or potentially being on the autism spectrum, or anything. If you want to talk about sex, I'm open to that too. I need some feedback as to what you guys might want to hear. So please, leave your criticisms, good, bad, whatever, in the comment section below. And you can also subscribe to me, please. Look at that, don't you? And there's a pink turtle. Don't you wanna make the pink turtle and the pink octopus really happy, don't you? I mean, I would. But thank you guys for listening, and I hope you all have a great day. Mwah.